Good evening, you guys. How is everybody? I'll give y'all the opportunity to start coming on. So you don't have my number anymore? Question mark. I'm just waiting for everybody to start coming in. Sometimes I think I have a delay because it'll show 0 for a long time and I don't see anybody. Okay, I'm sending it to you. Hey guys, how is everybody doing? Let's see. I see by Capricorn, Miss Ebony, Miss Clarinetta, Ramona, Teresa, Kimberly, Lucille, Kawana, Hero Fix TV, Diane. Miss Diane in here ready to cut up. Daryl, what is going on, you guys? What's going on? Hey, Devin. I haven't been on in some days, y'all. I had to rest. Hold on, let me answer. Thank you. If you're asking me if I'll go, I will. Maybe. Hey, DCat Daddy, TB21. I missed you guys. I have missed you guys. So what's been going on YouTube? You guys, the interview that I uploaded today, like you all will start seeing me like when I do interviews in my studio for my TV show, I'll start also uploading those videos. Hey, Tiny. I'll start uploading them to YouTube also. I'll start uploading those so you guys can see that too. Hey, Cypress TV. Oh, Lord, Cypress TV. Cypress TV, what is going on? Hey, Diamond. Demon says a whole lot of everything. They call Cypress CMG Cypress. Who's that says CMG Cypress in here? I almost choked when I saw that. I forgot who that was. I believe that was Grave Fat. Somebody says CMG Cypress in here. Hold on, you guys. Hey, Mama G, 901 JB. CMG Cypress in the house. He might be pre this week because he changes up every other day. So what's been going on? I missed you guys. I'm happy to be back. I am. I'm happy to be back. Hey, always love yourself first. Oh, 901 King Deshaun. I miss you too, Miss Roberta. You need to prove it. Finesse and Lil King. You know what? I don't even have the words for that. I went and looked at that, and I was like, wow. Like I know I'd heard some people say that that was his son, but I don't think that that's his son. Um, y'all, when I saw that, I was heartbroken. You could tell that that little boy has been exposed to a lot, but I hopefully finesse them. You know, I don't see nobody trying to guide him in the right direction because he is really just he's overly exposed, and you could tell. Yeah, that's what they say. It's not his son. I was just they said he's 10 years old. I was like, oh my God. His mama on drugs, his daddy dead, so Finesse took him in. Well, hopefully Finesse got him and rear him in the right direction. Because spending it takes more than just spending money on, and I mean it's good to take him in, but it takes more than just spending money um on somebody and putting them in private school. I mean, kids have to be taught character. Yeah, they do. He already, yeah. Oh, absolutely, for sure. The next little Marlo Mike. Yeah. That little dude from my hood, Hyde Park, he ain't got no parents. It's sad. He been through a lot for real, for real. I believe it. I believe it, but hopefully somebody can give him, he's still 10 years old, which means he's still a baby. So hopefully somebody can give him a childhood because he's still a child. You could tell he's been overly exposed, but somebody should introduce him because he's had to fend for himself. He's had to take on things that a child shouldn't have to take on. Somebody can introduce him to being what he is, and that's a child. They said Boosie Killer. Oh, okay, yeah. Whew, Lord Jesus, I hope they don't. Oh, I come against that in the name of Jesus. I sure hope they don't do him like how they did that other the Boosie's little killer. Finesse said he was on the street gambling and pick him up. His mom drugs, daddy in jail. Some people don't need to be around kids. Hey, Joy Love Sky. Hey, Diane Wright. Miss Roberta. Who else came in here? Shout out to my moms. Did I say D-Mon? Um, who else? G Money 69. Cousin shooting dice. He said like Gotti did youngster. uh okay. This yeah, I heard somebody, I heard them say he said that he trying to save his life like Gotti did youngster. We see how that turned out. I don't think that was a good example to use. Finesse two times ain't the one to be a role model. Hmm. Why you say that, Cypress? Well, mm-hmm. That's what it's looking like. Hey, Demo Republican. Y'all, Janet Jackson is in Memphis tonight. I didn't know she was coming because I would have been at the concert. But Memphis in May starts next week. So one of my friends was just asking me if I wanted. I'm not gonna be able to go every day, but I'm gonna go there. I'll go down there one day and hang out next week. Memphis it may be so crowded. Oh, all them crowds bumping into each other. My, be they be all up on you. I guess I'm borderline. I have paranoia or schizo or something. Hey, Napoleon. But I hope you guys that he can get the right type of guidance. Miss Diane said, "Who cooked meatloaf today?" I didn't cook meatloaf. I think I may cook meatloaf next week. I'll cook meatloaf next week. I use turkey meat for meatloaf, and it'd be so good. It smells so good. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm so goofy. I like to chop up the onions and the bell peppers, and then I like to start grinding it in the meat. I don't know what it is. Like you can already tell that it's going to be a meatloaf when you start grinding the onions and the massaging the onions and the bell peppers into the meatloaf. Oh, it'd be so fire. Miss Diane said I was asking for Quet. You know what? I bet Quet done had some meatloaf. I bet he got one of them hot plates. I bet you he done had meatloaf more than we have. um, have y'all? Orange Mountain Quet looks like his face is swelling. Like you could tell that he's stressed. You could tell that he's stressed. Like you know, as I said before, I think Orange Mountain Quet has an issue with um, and which he should, with being the mastermind. But either way it goes, whether he was well, I know he probably masterminded, handling getting the little hitter team together. But I can't give him, I can't say he did all that by himself. Hey, Pretty Brown, it's Dolph. I'm telling you, I kind of have been paying attention to Look, Miss Muffin said looks like he's been crying every day. Well, you know what? Dolph's children and his wife and his mom and his dad and them cry every day. Okay. If they ain't crying every day right now, they had points where they were crying every day. You just decide. I don't know why people think just get together and decide that they just gonna take out somebody's damn child or a human being and then try and justify it. Well, that's just how it is in the street. Them same niggas. Don't give me y'all. See, I'm relaxed tonight. I'm sipping on my sweet bitch, so I want to stay relaxed. Um, Tam CEO Jizzle got his pre chain. Yay! I hope we're good. I thought that Rest in Peace Young Dolph said that CEO Jizzle was going to be signed to Kenny Money. That's what I thought, but maybe he signed to Pre. I think he would be a great addition. But I like CEO Jizzle, but he's hot headed. So I think he's gonna have to simmer down and move smarter. Cause see, especially if he's signed to them now, he'll really be a target. Cause a lot of them be on that haterade, child. Pay attention to that R. Kelly case. He coming home. Free Kels. Is he coming home? Well, I hope R. Kelly gets some deliverance. If he comes home, because see, I always felt like the parents should have been in the cells next to him, because what they did was they sold their children to a molester. They sold their children to him. And so the parents should have been right in there with him. Now, when folks get to talking about, well, I'm talking about the adults, you know. Um, he made them do this, he made them do that. They were 18, 19-year-old girls. Okay, well, that's why parents need to validate their children, because ain't no way, even at 18 years old, I had a strong mind. Wasn't nobody gonna be pissing all on top of my head. Hold on, let me see who this is. Okay. Yeah, nobody was going to be peeing on top of my head. Okay. And look at Young Miami has tried to make it a fad. Kelly, Miss Diane said Kelly ain't never coming home. R. Kelly sick ass. Dolph need a statue in Memphis. I think so. I think that they should put a statue in Memphis of Dolph. So what needs to happen is the citizens of Memphis need to, and if they want me to, I can start down my TV show, because I've started back recording. I had taken a hiatus. Even before my dad passed, I had taken a hiatus. And it's weird. It's weird being over in my studio knowing that my dad is not gonna walk in that studio. But it's okay. I'm doing okay. Um yeah, their parents are just as guilty. If they knew the history of R. Kelly, why would those parents let those children go to him? I'm like Master P now. First of all, knowing about his history, my kids never would have been in there. No studio, no nothing. Their parents were selling them. They didn't care. They thought had hit the jackpot. It's a darn shame, because they've been knowing that R. Kelly had these allegations way before. He had these allegations way before now. Even during when Aaliyah was alive, that's been over 20 something years ago. But they protected him as long as he couldn't read and write, and they was able to give him they was able to spoon feed him because he couldn't read and write. They was okay with him. But as soon as he started saying, Joel Loves God says your interview was great with Gangsta Pat. Thanks. As soon as he started asking about his royalties and all of that, he wanted to look at that paperwork. All of these allegations come up. Now, I do believe he did them. But as you know, they had been knowing he was sick. So all the people that enabled him, all of those record execs that protected him before, because they were protecting him, they need to be in jail with him. What did Cypress say? Yes, he do deserve a he do, Cypress. What you talking about? He deserves a statue. They need to give Dolph, young Dolph, a statue. I'm gonna mention that it's election season, so y'all know all the politicians will be coming through. All the city officials will be coming straight through my studio because I'll be interviewing them because they're going to pay me to. And I'm gonna mention that when you think of Memphis, you think of young Dolph. Okay, I think young Dolph needs a statue, and I think he needs a statue downtown. Okay. I see Cypress is against Pre when he's in the chat, but switches up when Cypress, yes, he do. He forgets. Cypress forgets. They said Cypress, they say you against Pre when you're in the chat and you change up when you're on the panel. I think Cypress forgets. Oh, this would be the time to get it. I'm telling y'all, it's election season. This is the time to get a statue for young Dolph. This is a critical time right here. They'll do anything for a vote. Okay? I'm telling you. Joy Loves God says Cypress TV is bipolar. Shan says, Cypress, I bet you was getting turkeys. Dog was getting Cypress, you already know you was asking for this. My chat don't hold back now. I can't save you. You asked for it when you came in the chat doing that. You know these women will be on top of your head up in here. Little Miss Muffin says they sent them send out boys on Cypress. I thought Cypress said somebody must have been looking at Cypress in the chat and said you better represent for us when you in the chat. Cypress still living over there in North Memphis, shoot. Because see, Dolph gave out turkeys in every hood. So Cypress, I bet you did get some turkeys. Miss T, you coming to the Dolph Museum? I have my tickets. Yes, I'm coming. I gotta show support. Clarinetta says her head is sick of the internet. Her Hetty said he's sick of the internet. Yes, you guys, please hit the like button. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. One day, you was on the panel saying, "Ain't a snitch," but be on the panel singing like. Oh my God, Cypress! Cypress said he could buy turkeys. Cypress got turkeys, took them home, and come back for round 2. Thank you, Miss Roberta. Miss Roberta was the first to hit the like button. Cypress got 4 turkeys, got one. Get one, take it to the car, get back in line. I'm telling you, he the main one. And then he go and each area that they did every day, he probably was out there. He was driving to different areas in Memphis. Hetty said he getting off social media. Well, what he should have did was he should have did something else. Don't get me started. Well, it won't be long now. Child, please. They should have left that man alone. Dolph got children. What made them think they was gonna get away with killing him? I don't know why they thought they was gonna get away with it. I know why they thought they was gonna get away with it. Because they had did it so many times before. They had tried to do it so many times before. And Cypress, what you laughing at? You guys, please like, share, and subscribe. Let me look at something. Ladies, y'all already know my moderators, I gotta ship out the sweet bitch to them. I still got this sweet bitch for them. So they already got a bottle of sweet bitch. Everybody else, y'all get y'all sweet bitch. I'm telling y'all, and save it. Cause we gonna toast when them indictments come down. Oh, I know what I was looking for. I don't need to drink wine because I'd be forgetting what I was getting ready to say and what I was getting ready to do sometimes. I know now. Okay, you guys, please like, share, and subscribe. G Money says smoking a blunt and drinking Douce. Douce. Is it Douce? CB21 says he's taking a shot of Ciroc. I don't smoke weed, but I drink wine occasionally. Somebody beat OG's page again. Right. We're on a road to 10,000 subscribers. I need you guys to, if you're new and you haven't hit the subscription button, please hit the subscription button. Sign up for the membership if you haven't. Hit the like button. And if you want to support the channel, send me a cash app. Felisa says, and hit. Oh, yes, and hit the notification bell. Thank you, Felisa. Listening to preach, acting like I'm Dolph. Who was that said they acting like they Dolph? Let me go back up. That shit. Oh, yeah. G Money Dolph will turn you all the way up. I'm telling you, right? Because I need to know at Diane. So do y'all think that Young Thug is gonna get? Do y'all think he gonna walk? Do y'all think that Thug is gonna walk? Hey, checkmate. I ain't seen you in here in a minute. That indictment for the main one or ones will come when we least expect. Mm-hmm. Did anyone hear anything about Glorilla and Jay-Z fighting off F and F? I haven't heard anything about that. The Republican says you never know. If Thug walks, the feds going to pick up the charges. I've never seen the craziness in a case that I've seen with Thug's case. And I'm serious, like folks walking up in court with drugs. I mean, it wasn't it I mean, not only walking in the court with drugs in their pocket, but walking to the front of the courtroom and handing the drugs to Thug. How much time did they give him? How many days did they give him? Because I know he was arrested. No, Young Thug gonna walk to court and back to his cell. Yeah, I think they want to keep him. I do. I think what when Gunner got out. See, when people start talking about Gunner is a snitch and this, and that, and all of that, they need to be extremely careful. When family, Thug, I thought I heard them say that Young Thug's sister had said something bad about Gunner. I don't know. But Gunner can put a real bad hurting on Thug. I mean, the people that's around Young Thug really just need to back off as it relates to Gunner. Whatever they feel, they don't need to put it into the atmosphere because he could end him. He could get up on the stand and say some stuff that would end him. I don't know about that. I think he stands a pretty good chance. We're getting out on bond for now. We'll see when the next hearing comes up for bond. Hey, Sade. I'm going to drink Patron and coconut Red Bull. It turns Dolph blue. Oh, okay. Young Thug will get off. His lawyers are suppressing evidence, and the state doesn't have the evidence to support the charges. Well, if he get out, one thing for sure, they're gonna be to hurt his pockets real bad, and that's probably the goal. The judge is tired of those lawyers too. He charging them and making them buy lunch and all that kind of. It's crazy in that courtroom. But if you look at NBA Young Boy or whatever he got, and a couple other ones got it, and I've been keeping an eye on that case in the hearings. He has a chance. G Money says feds will pick it up. Snoozy K says Vlad was saying this case is really deep and we will be surprised when all the evidence comes out. You talking about with Young Thug case Snoozy? Thank you, Demond Jordan, for the cash out. I guess I shouldn't have said your last name. Hold on, you guys. Hold on, guys. Seems like my phone want to go off at the same time, both of them. It said Thug was doing too much. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I think Gunna was doing it right with him. Yeah, I think Gunna was doing it right with him. Atlanta has dropped a new law on fang activities. Knowingly in a gang, 5 years, automatic getting cons, or is it kids to join gangs is 5 years off the rip. Wow, that's awesome. I don't know. I believe anything can happen in this case. And I just NBA Youngboy or whatever. There's been a couple other high profiles that weren't rappers. They got bailed too. So yeah, yeah. You could tell Thug's lawyers in them are growing tired and weary. Um, Thug has a Thug's research team and his lawyers. They all take up one. Seem like to me one side of the courtroom. So I know that man. It ain't no telling how he might be paying out about 20 grand a month. So I don't believe Gunna even had a fight while with them. They claim he's not getting enough rest and it can deprive him with his mental, and really in the long run that can affect the case for like an appeal if he loses this case. But again, oh wow. Where's Cypress at? He left. Cypress ain't gonna pop up until I start talking about Gotti going to jail. He'll pop up again. He'll say, I'm back. He ain't never go nowhere. Now they'll call him. They're going to be tag teaming lawyers. At Cypress TV, stop hacking me. I can only see certain comments. Oh my God. Cypress, you is the hacker for real. It be a hacker in here. And that's the God's truth. Gunna can't drop another album until Young Thug is tried and convicted. his career might be done. Wow. I think a lot of the rappers supposedly was mad at him, but if Gunna got some money and he want a feature, they'll forget all about Young Thug because they're not gonna turn down the money. You know how many people go through losing sleep in jail? And now he finding all kinds of excuses to get bond and get out. He's in a place where he has plenty of time to rest. Yeah, he back, y'all. I told y'all he wasn't gone nowhere. Ghana is signed to Atlantic Records, I hear. Hmm. Not even Cypress can get Tam to convert to the industry. He might have got others too, but they're not gonna get Tam. Nah, I'll pass on the industry. I'll pass on the industry. They wouldn't be able to they wouldn't be able to control me, and plus, I, the stuff that they're into, I could never get into. I don't want to argue Garland, and I believe he has many. Do you sleep with his whole pal profile case and then having to get retried because of that? Like I said, anything can happen. Their jury is tired too. Yeah, Thug's case gonna mess around and be like O.J. Simpson's case. Then how long did O.J. Simpson's case lasted? Did it last about 9 months or 11 months or something like that? I ain't gonna lie, I was glued to the TV on O.J. Simpson's case, and I was in school. Hmm. Deshaun said, "You asking the wrong person. I was born in 1995." Felisa, I'm not arguing. I'm just giving my opinion like you are. Devin says, Cypress did Gotti have to do some strange things to get to that level in the industry? Of course. I hate people like feel like they need to sell their souls. Um, and it happens. They're doing it every day. And then once they get there and it's time to pay some retribution, they get to realizing, dog, this is evil. That's the reason why a lot of them get on drugs um and lose their minds and stuff, because I mean, this is just what I think. They do that because it drives them, it runs them, it ultimately runs them crazy. Harlan, sorry for his misspelling your name. Daryl says in 1995 he was 5. They said, Devin, you heard the story of him going to stay with Birdman. What you think of went on? We know how Birdman get down. We know how Birdman gets down. That's all I got to say. And it's not me speculating. He said it himself. The Republican says 1995 was a crazy year, especially for me. I watched him from day one to the end of it. They're very interesting. I always was interested in law. Yeah, I love law. I do. I love to read about it. I love to study it. Oh Lord have mercy, this wine making my stomach bubble. Cypress, you ever deep fry one your turkeys? Y'all tickling me. I've been trying to keep up with the Tita's trial, and the Lori Davo trial, and then all the other stuff that's going on with these cases. It's a lot of cases out there. I love like with certain cases, like they just kind of pull me in. I never know which one it's gonna be, but it's like I'll just read like a couple lines about a case and I'm hooked. I'll get hooked on it. For some reason, this young Dolph case got me hooked. And I think it's more so um I think because of all of the components and all of the twists in this case, and I just think it's got everybody mesmerized because first of all, not only was it because Takeoff was also a superstar, right? But I guess according and I guess people feel like Takeoff's killers have been, gotten. I guess. Well, I don't know if everybody believe that, but Young Dolph's case is really very, very interesting. It really is. I'm not a drinker like that, but that sweet bitch had my head spinning. You have to. I'm telling you, you have to be. You have to chill. And but that sweet bitch is so good. It tastes like Kool-Aid. That's the reason why I just like to. I have to. I like to just chill when I'm drinking it. Roberta said, "Were you sipping or gupping?" That's right. Take off, young Dolph. It was so good. I was gupping. I have all of the flavors. I like the pink bottle better, but they're all so good. I'm telling you. They are. They are all so good. I'm drinking on that pink bottle Moscato. I don't drink wine before it's time. Cypress, that's the word on your boys. Now I can't drink brown liquor. I can't drink it. I can't drink that white stuff, that white like gin and all that. I can't drink that. I'm gonna tell you what I did one time though. I got some pineapple circles and put them I had a get together and I had a big punch bowl and I put the gin in the bowl and I took the pineapple circles and put a toothpick in them and put them in there and then let the pineapple soak up the gin. Child, you should have seen them. Kenny Money is cutting. Oh, Kenny Money is really popping his collar. I mean, the underdog has made it all the way up to the top. He really popping his stuff. And he did not give up. I'm telling you, he didn't give up. And he was already popping his stuff. He was just, he already had his fan base and everything like that. He kept working. He popping his collar. I see it appears to me that he's like the closest to CEO Jizzle. So CEO Jizzle has the opportunity to do very well. But he needs to simmer down. I see he has a temper. I know he got a temper because I got one. So I know somebody else with a temper. Police says I learned so much from opening statements to closing to deliberations and verdict comes. Diane Bowens, it sounds like a good idea. Yes, he is really committed. I love it when those young men work that hard, and even when it don't look good, they keep working. That's what Kenny Money did. Now he's truly like a success story because he blew up out. He continued on his loyalty with Young Dolph, and then he was the underdog, and he blew up. And Elvis Presley statue and a Dolph statue side by side and getting treated and looked at. I agree. um Elvis Presley is definitely not the king of Memphis. I don't know why people give him all the people that came before Elvis Presley. He stole all the dance moves and shit from all the black artists that came before him. How that group that was born and raised around Memphis and the Mississippi area, no, hell no. He's not the king. And Elvis Presley should have been in jail with R. Kelly because he married a 14-year-old girl. And they called him the king and he was 25. Thank you, Junior, for becoming a member. I appreciate that. Elvis culture vulture, everything he knew. Absolutely. And they talking about he the king. No, he's not the king of Memphis. Oh, he is because, like I said, I feel like a lot of people want to visit Memphis now because of Young Dolph. They come to Memphis. They want to visit Dolph Land because of this, because of Young Dolph. A lot of people, want to come to Memphis and go to Beale Street and all of that. So, yeah, I think Dolph should have this a statue. He should have a statue, and they really need to crown him the king of Memphis and not Elvis Presley because we never heard about Dolph marrying underage girls. You know what? These cuckabug head. I'm not child, but I'm just talking about uh these nappy neck cuckabug head Negroes be okay with Elvis Presley being the king of Memphis. Elvis Presley stole a lot of the black artist dance moves and all that. So when people get to saying Elvis Presley the king of Memphis, nobody tries to refute that. They don't try to refute it. Get to hollering about Dolph, the king of Memphis. We gonna put a hit on him. Well, why y'all let them say Elvis Presley, the king of Memphis? Oh, that had been a white man's this. Don't get me started because I'm sitting here sipping on some wine because I will go in. It's a sad damn shame the state and the mindset that our people are in. Elvis Presley don't deserve to be the king of Memphis. He ain't. But as long as it's not another black person, black people are okay with that. The moment Dolph say I'm the king, we got to put a hit on him. Cypress, he is not. Cypress, he is not. Yeah, rest in peace to Harry Belafonte and Jerry Springer. And I'm hearing that Bobby Brown and Michael Bivens had a stroke. That's the third stroke. Well, the third person that we know of, like in the industry, to have a stroke, because Jamie Foxx had a stroke, and then I heard that Michael Bivens and Bobby Brown had a stroke. Okay, now that's what I saw in the blogs. Whatever it is they giving them to make them have them strokes, I wish they had found out about it and to make sure that they don't get it no more. But Jamie Foxx felt like somebody was trying to kill him, and I believe it. Yeah, Felisa says she believes that he's the king of rock and roll. Yeah, he could. I guess he could be the king of rock and roll. But yeah, what's that other guy named? That black guy. He was really the king of rock and roll. Who Elvis Presley stole all the moves and stuff from. What was his name? He did rock and roll. He was a pervert. The black guy. He might be dead now, or he might be still alive. What was his name? He was in the movie Cadillac. Remember, he was a pervert. He was a real bad pervert. Um, I can't think of his name, y'all. Oh God, y'all help me. Remember, he played in Cadillac Records. No, well, now Little Richard was a freak. He was a, a bizarre freak. Now I'm talking about the other one. Um, uh, what's his name? He was in Cadillac Records, the one that Beyonce played in. Remember they said he was eating like a hobo. Chuck Berry, right? Yeah, Chuck Berry, him. He's really the king of rock and roll. Y'all know, Little Richard. I looked at his movie. He liked to see. You know what? Little Richard was sick. Little Richard would be a preacher 1 minute. I think he kind of fought with his. Well, I was gonna say he fought with his sexuality, but maybe he wanted to be, you know, maybe he wanted to be straight. I don't know. I can't say that because he wore foundation ever since the damn first time I looked at him. The first time I can remember him, he was wearing foundation, and he died wearing it. And so I looked at Little Richard's movie. I couldn't look at all of it. He liked to peep at folks having sex. So we already know what that's about. Cause don't no man want to look at no other man having sex. It's something sick about that. And no woman either, because I know I don't. Or BB King. Yeah, or BB. You know what? They don't give, even though they had a BB King's restaurant, they named a street BB King in Memphis. They don't give him his props like they should. The Richard confessed Christ as his Lord and Savior. Right, he did. He right before he checked out, he couldn't walk no more. And he knew he was getting ready to go. And I guess he figured he didn't know where he was going. And so, you know, hey, but God will forgive you. Whatever he did, you ask God to forgive you. The Bible says that God will forgive you, but these folks should be ashamed of themselves. The Richard lived a very privileged life. Now, I do remember little Richard being a preacher. He would go from being a preacher to something, and I mean, he never, even on his, when right before he checked out of here, he had on foundation and lipstick. So, I mean, well, I don't want to say he's the king, but that's what the people gave him. You're right, Felisa. That's what they gave him. But he wasn't deserving of it because he should have been in jail with R. Kelly. He should have been doing time too. Because he married a 14-year-old girl. Like I said, and I'm not talking about you, Felice. I'm talking about my community now. I'm not talking about y'all on here, not us. I'm talking about other people within my community that's got that jealous, hateful demon on them. As long as it's R. Kelly, as long as it's Elvis Presley, they're okay with him being called the king of Memphis. But the moment Dolph says, I'm a king, daddy, you're a king, all of us carry ourselves like kings, he's supposed to feel like he the king of Memphis. Was your Gotti got all that damn head? He was crazy enough to believe that Dolph was supposed to think he was the king of Memphis? No real man feels that way. He was supposed to think he was a king. Okay? But as long as folks said Elvis Presley the king, they okay. He's supposed to be the king because we's a nickel. Okay? But the moment Dolph said we got to put a hit on him, yeah, our people need some help. I'm telling you that right now. Our people need some help. Miss T, how's your granddaughter and grandbaby? Oh my God, my daughters are doing good. And my grandbaby. I miss my grandbaby. My daughter sent me a picture earlier and she was just cheesing. I was like, oh my God, I am so ready to devour her with kisses. I could just kiss on her all day. And then she like it when I kiss her feet. When I take her feet out of the sock, her feet be sweating. Her feet are so fat. And her feet be smelling like pickles. And she'll start twiddling her toes for me to kiss them. I gotta have her over here tomorrow so I can kiss her toes. I come from a family of 21 siblings and 21 mother and one father. Trust me, I'm 61. The oldest is 83. I heard all kinds of music, American and that. I'm gonna tell you, I love Tejano music. I love Selena when they still had cassette tapes and stuff. I have Selena's the ones in Spanish, and even though I can't, I gotta take a Spanish class, but I love French. But I love her Spanish album and the songs that she did in American. I like Come La Flor. Come La Flor. Come more. I love that song. I don't know what she was saying. Um yeah, I have just took the crown from Elvis Presley and gave it to Dolph. Right. We gave it to Dolph. Rightly so. Elvis ain't never had no crown in my eyes. They gave don't get me started talking about him. He was mad at DJ Paul when he started saying he was the king of Memphis. Hmm. If Paul wanted to feel like he was a king, and Paul them they won an Oscar. Paul and them did a lot. I remember, I'm gonna tell y'all what I remember. Y'all know I told y'all I grew up in the same neighborhood. Well, when we moved from the projects, we moved over to a beautiful area, and we lived in the same neighborhood that DJ Paul lived in. And I remember DJ Paul, he would come around there and he would be standing out there with us and stuff. And I remember specifically DJ Paul saying that Gangsta Pat, because that was right around the time Gangsta Pat had just gotten a national deal. He said he had started hanging with Gangsta Pat, and Gangsta Pat was going to teach him the business, was going to teach him, some stuff. And he was real excited about it. Roberta says Gloria Estefan. Oh, I love Gloria Estefan. Hero Fix TV says Selena was the first big butt Latina before her time. Oh, for sure. They weren't ready for Selena. Selena was beautiful. Hey, Brown Sugar. The white people crown Elvis the king. And they don't let nobody, you better not tell them that he ain't. And which he ain't. But, and even if you got some whites that feel like Elvis is not the king, they ain't gonna try to kill him just because, well, he already did. Oh, what am I talking about? Oh Lord. Um, I can't pour no more wine. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Good night, Felisa. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you coming through so much. Cypress TV says, we all know Gotti, been the king, put the wine down. Cypress, not even in drinking my wine. I know better than that shit. Now, Cypress, don't get me started, because you know, Gotti tried to he tried to disassociate himself from Memphis. He didn't even want people to know he was from Memphis. That's what he tried to do. He said, damn, Cypress starting to wonder why he worshiped them. Stop floating the chat with the crap at Cypress TV. Cypress, they gonna go in on you again. They gonna go in on you. That's right. And young Dolph did not sell his soul. He didn't. He did not sell his soul. Right. Gotti never will be. I wonder what made Gotti. Who was that just said that Gotti said he gonna get off of social media? He'll look at this. Y'all know they be looking at these videos, right? He'll look at this video and won't shut his soul. He said that a long time ago. It's too when he was sitting up talking about he was thinking about getting rid of his phone. He said that like last year. I was looking at that post. That's when he wasn't sleeping. He was talking about he couldn't sleep. He was posting all over in the middle of the night. That's when we was staying on live a whole lot. That nigga was worried. But I mean, sometimes when things go on for a long time, people become complacent. But I think he worried again now, and he needs to be. Cypress, Cypress said they watch everybody. Oh my God, I tell you. Cypress TV trying to keep Gotti relevant. What I say relevant? Oh Lord. Relevant. And he never has been relevant. Cypress stopped riding Gotti D. He posted, know the difference between a lick, a check, or an opportunity. I wonder what that mean. What you think that mean? Who done it? Tell me what you think it mean. Who done it? Y'all know with a lot of this slang stuff. I don't. Y'all have to explain that to me. Tell me what you think he meant when he said that. Felicia says, "I'm getting ready to put my pajamas on," and you were saying that talking about Selena look even. In her case, local killer. Her case, local killed her. All these murders on these artists is something jealousy. Yeah, you know what? I hate that that lady killed Selena like that, and it was because she was obsessed. She was obsessed with Selena. The gang paperwork, man. Teresa Kane says, "Are you the queen of Memphis, Cypress?" Who done it? I don't know. He posted that. He said, "I'm getting off social media first." Oh wow. What y'all think when Gotti posted that? Know the difference between I wonder what he mean by that. Know the difference between a lick. A lick is hitting. Ain't a lick killing somebody? Know the difference between a lick, a check, or an opportunity. No, she was the manager of her. That's when people had fan clubs. They wrote letters and stuff, and she was supposed to mail out T-shirts and all of that. Oh my God! I hope she don't get out next year. Let's see. She killed Selena in 1995. I thought they gave her life. Wow, killing or stealing. Yeah, I'm talking about Selena. I love that Selena. I love that Selena's movie. Y'all think he was talking to Straight Drop? Hmm. Selena played by Jennifer Lopez. Yeah, I love Selena's music in real life. Come on, my floor, come to more. I love that, and I don't even understand what she's saying. I just know she's singing in Spanish. Cypress just confess your love for God, and we won't judge you. So, Cypress, who is the king of Memphis? Who was the best rapper to come out of Memphis, Cypress? I want to hear what you got to say. Who was the best rapper in your opinion to come out of Memphis? And I'm talking about even dating back before Yo Gotti. Cypress, who was the best rapper to come out of Memphis? Cypress, they're gonna be saying in a few minutes that you got it, boo daddy. Or got it, your boo daddy. Before Gotti, I would have to say Lord Infamous. Yeah, I like Lord Infamous. But Gotti, oh, whatever. Okay, but that's your opinion. But Cypress, I'm not mad at you. I know you got to say it because you got to live over there in that hood, and you could be, you got to live around them folks. So I figure that's why you saying that he the best rapper because we already know he ain't. God is around me and Tam's age and too old to be messing with these baby. I'm telling you, watch him say too short. He's so confused. Cypress don't even know what year it is. Cypress TV is the marketing team for CMF, and he doesn't have anything to work with. But y'all know what I noticed? They used to send Big Stepper over here. Since Cypress been coming over here, Big Stepper had not been coming over here. I don't need to speak him up though. Yeah. Oh, I used to love 8 Ball and MJG. That was a lot of them. Tila is from Memphis. Too Short looked like one of my cousins. Snoozy Cake says my favorite rapper out of Memphis is Don Trip. I don't know if I've ever heard of Don Trip. I have to look him up. 8 Ball and MJ. Yeah, 8 Ball and MJG is the bomb. Player Fly. I like Player Fly. I'm gonna see something with that. He's best friends with one of my ex boyfriends. I'm gonna reach out to my ex boyfriend. He come as a matter of fact. He come in and he's come in on one of my videos today. I mean one of my posts today. I'm gonna ask him if he'll. I'm sure that'll be a very entertaining video. He can't. Let me be quiet. Um, Don Tripp and Starlito did music with Dolph. Okay, okay. Don Tripp is an excellent storyteller. I'm gonna go look up his stuff. Now I think I can. I think I can remember Dolph speaking about Don Tripp and Starlito. They sure did. Now I don't want King to shine. Skinny Pimp. Yeah, I'm gonna have him on too. Don Tripp shout out Dolph a lot. Missy, I think you should interview Grove Hero. That would be a good idea. Don Tripp make child support music for dudes who can't see their kids. Oh, okay. I'm gonna check him out. Hmm. Don Tripp is intellectual. I'll tell y'all something. Y'all know Player Fly. When Player Fly is not, you know, when he's sober, he's very conscious. Tim interviewed a famous rapper on her show earlier. Yeah, Gangsta Pat. Make sure if y'all haven't looked at that video, go look at that interview that I did with Gangsta Pat that I uploaded earlier. You guys, please like, share, and subscribe. um, he hardly ever so, and that's what it seemed like. I hate that so bad. I hope somebody. He need an intervention. I wish somebody would tell him this, but he like whatever he do. He like doing it. He like his powder. But you know what? Hey, the difference between him and everybody else is he out in the open with it. So you have to, even though it's wrong, you have to respect it more. Everybody else be in the, everybody else be doing it and be trying to hide it, and and we want to talk about everybody else. I'm gonna tell y'all when I was living in the projects, Spanish Fly. I don't know if y'all remember him. He lived in the apartment complex, right? He grew up in the same apartment complex when we was living in the projects that I grew up in. Drake's auntie lived in the apartment up under him. Drake's daddy's sister. And she had three boys. One's name was Deshaun, one's name was Dwayne, one's name was DJ Spanish Fly. Antonio. I should reach out to Antonio. We always called him Antonio. And have Antonio on there because there's a lot of history with Antonio. Antonio was always very quiet and very respectable. He my grandma loved him. He was always so very respectable. He had a brother named Dwayne. It was like night and day. Cypress White got his snitch on everybody. Yeah, Jamie Foxx will have a successful recovery. I have no idea, Roberta. That's what was rumored, though. I seen where new paperwork came out today that his girlfriend mama was willing to testify against him. Who is that snoozy Kate? Are you talking about R. Kelly? Cypress, why you don't think Gotti going to jail? Why you don't think he going to jail? YMW Melly. Okay. Cypress said, why would he? What he do? You know what he did. Okay, Susie, I thought I heard one of them slept with his mom. You guys like, share, subscribe. If you haven't, hit the like button. Hit the like button if you have not subscribed to the channel. Subscribe. Um, the Republican says Jaguar Wright and Jamie Foxx should work together after she recover. What's wrong with Jaguar? Did something happen to her? I know she's they say she's back on. She might be back on something, but did something else happen to her? Demo might be a good idea on that one. Cypress, what guy they call the police on Young Dolph? Because that's what Dolph said. They've been trying to kill Jaguar, right? What happened? Did something just happen recently? Them Republican says, but they're not, Cypress. Afraid she might put Jamie out there later on. I'm trying to think that Jamie Foxx have a story about being on the casting couch. I know they say Tyrese did. That was a DJ that outed him. Gene did outed Puffy and Ja Rule. I ain't gonna tell no stories before Gene Deal ever even said anything about Ja Rule. I always felt like Ja Rule was a little zesty. Yes, you guys, please like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't hit the like button, let me see how many likes we got. Because we need to have a whole lot of likes. Y'all need to run the likes up. Devin says Gotti got a casting couch for Cypress. I'm having to get Gene Deal a call. Haven't talked to him in a while. Cypress, how you know all these people? You said you knew Gene. Now you saying you know Gene Deal. You said before that you knew who else did you say you knew? Because I remember you saying it. Oh yeah. You know what? I was looking at that today. They were saying that it's a lot of people, it's a lot of celebrities spinning the block, talking about their relationships, their that people that they have been broke up from for years. They've been spinning the block and going back to that. Like they said, Jermaine Dupri and Janet Jackson, Little Scrappy and Diamond, and Ashanti and Nelly. Yeah, y'all in the bushes. Make sure y'all hitting that like button. She said, Susie Cake said she don't want Ashanti with Nelly. I think she already back with him and probably has been with him now for a minute. She deserves better. He got too many allegations on him. What kind of allegations he got, Snoozy? I thought they were fly together back in the day. I think one of the reasons she quit him is because he was trying to borrow all her money. Oh wow. Oh yeah. He had a few sexual allegations each time. Yeah. I forgot about that. Sowing the oats. I guess you know what? I don't know if I ever really. I've never really. Is that just for? I don't know. I think that's a double standard. Thank you, who done it for the cash app. Is that like a double standard? Men sow their oats, but when women try to sow their oats, they try to say that she's a whore. And which I don't recommend women sleeping around with a lot of different men. I don't think that is it's not healthy and morally it's not right. And women shouldn't do that to their bodies, right? I don't believe in that, having all of those different spirits up in your temple, because your body, especially your vagina, is, you know, it's sacred, right? And I think women should take a lot of pride in being able to say, I haven't had sex with a whole lot of men. I know I do. But I'll say this, like in my 20s, I never dated a whole lot. So then, like when I was like 19, I had a baby. I was in college, and then I had another baby 3 years later. So like during my 20s, all of my 20s, I was a mother. All of my, my 30s, I'm still a mother, but I was always very protective, and I never allowed my children to see different men coming in and out of my house. Like I never did anything when my girls were at home. Never. Now, if I trusted somebody enough for them to come and sit over there with us, and my kids saw them sitting in the front room, that was something different. But I didn't I my first priority, my number one priority was always to protect my girls, and then my grandmother always had me very paranoid. I remember one time I told my grandmother, I was like, I'm ready, I want to get married. And I was like 27 or something like that. And so then she was like, no, I don't think you should think about getting married right now, because um if you get married, you're not going to be able to take your daughters. You're not going to be able to take those girls. So in my family, on my mother's side, my great grandmother started this. If you had babies and the babies was not with and then you didn't marry the man and you married another man, you could not take, though. She kept all of her, mainly all of her, because my great grandmother had 14 girls. She had no boys. And so like my mom and all of that in their early years, and her cousins, her first cousins, they was raised in the house like sisters and brothers, because my great grandmother would not allow them to take, when they got married, she would not allow them to take their children. Okay, so after my grandmother divorced her first husband, you know, my mother was, she would come and get my mom, but she couldn't. And so I told my grandmama, I was like, I'm taking my kids. It ain't nowhere in the world I would ever leave my kids. That's a tradition in y'all's family. That's not gonna happen with me. But I think subconsciously, because she would always made me very paranoid about everything. Like whenever I would trust a guy enough to come to my house, I would always watch him very closely, and then working for the police department didn't help it none, because I worked in a place where I saw nothing but sex predators and child molesters all those years. So I was very paranoid. So I would always watch the guy if my girls would walk through, because my girls were always very beautiful girl. They were children anyways. But you start thinking about 12-year-old girls, and my girls were always very tall, and they had big legs and stuff. Like they were just they've always been as beautiful as they are now. And so I would always watch him very closely to see how he would look at my children. Because he ain't supposed to be looking at them up and down. That was a sign that, bitch, you dead. You was gonna be a dead bitch. Okay, because I didn't play about my kids. I don't play about nobody else's kids. I don't like sexual perverts. But I said all that to say this, like, I feel like because all of those years in my 20s, I ain't saying I didn't do nothing now. Y'all know I did something. But I'm just saying, like, I'm saying all of my 20s, all of my 30s, I was very isolated because I raised my kids, right? And so now that I'm starting to date and talk to different people, it's very weird, but I'm learning a lot, because they have different personalities, different men with different personalities and stuff. It's pretty cool just being friends with people. But I didn't know that these guys were so possessive. Like you talk to somebody on the phone and you just laughing and tripping with them. You might go meet them for lunch or something like that. They're very possessive if they like you. I'm like, dog, I didn't know that the dating world was like this. My mom put the fear in me. I was 26 when I had my first child. I thought, like, when I was 19, my mom was like, I think we just made it too easy. I have to say, I was very blessed. I would have been out there, I would have been left out there struggling just like every other young lady, that struggled. But if I did not have my mom and my dad. So what my dad would do is he would go to Sam's, and during that time they sold the cases of diapers, and my dad would go once a month to Sam's and buy me 2 cases of diapers. I never had to buy a diaper in my life, and that's the God's truth. And even when I got ready to, I had pull-ups stacked up in my closet, like they was just stacked up. Like, so before I found out I was pregnant with my second baby, I was getting ready to give all those diapers and all those pull-ups away, because I was like, I ain't gonna need them because she's potty trained. And then I found out I was pregnant with my second baby. I was like, oh my God. And I had started back. I was back in college because I had taken some time off. I was back my dad was like, if you want me to continuously help you, you're going to have to go back to school. I was going to go back anyways. Right. So, I was ashamed to tell I was scared to tell my dad that I was pregnant with my second baby. So my mama was I told my mom, and I should have known she was gonna tell him. I said, do not tell him. I'm going to tell him. My mama's so quiet. Oh, all right. Well, I'm not gonna say nothing. I said, okay. So I didn't tell I remember I was like, it was January. And in January of 2021, I was 7 months pregnant. I promise you, like I was trying to hide from him. I was talking to him all the time. I was not going around him, right? A whole lot. So I remember my sister, who she's married to a minister, and me and her like a year apart. And she was pregnant, right, with her second baby. We always had our baby. She always had her babies 2 months before I had mine. She was living in California. So I remember I asked my dad, I asked him, I said, so she have the baby this month, right? Her baby this month, right? He paused. He said, yeah. And when do you have your baby? I didn't know what to say. I was like, oh my God, he know. I was so mad. I said, my mama must have told him. I was 7 months pregnant and I could not bring myself to tell my dad that I was pregnant again. I just could not bring myself to tell him. And so I was so in shock when he said, yeah, she had her baby this month. And when you have yours? In March. I said, yes, sir. And so I called my mama and I said, did you tell him I was pregnant? She said, well, you was about to have the baby. When was you going to tell him? I said, when did you tell him I was pregnant? And so my sister was like, she told him you was pregnant as soon as she found out. And he said he was just going to wait to see how long it was going to take you to tell him. I was so upset, but my dad was good to me because he never stopped paying for daycare. So that as long as I was in school, and then when I had my second baby, he paid for it for daycare until my grandmother stopped working, and then she started taking care of him for me. You know, while I worked and stuff. I was so upset. I was so scared. I was like, dog, I sure, I know they help you with one, but my God, because I'm gonna tell you something. I was just working little part-time jobs, but my dad was like, it wouldn't have been good during that time. But then I had gotten a job, with the Memphis Police Department, and they was really good to me. Those investigators were. They had me very spoiled. They didn't make me do nothing I didn't want to do. Snoozy Cake says my mom and dad are waiting on me to have a child. It's a no for me. Would you please do a show on smoking wet and being Karif? Do a show on smoking wet. What's that? You have to tell me what that is. What is smoking wet? Smoking wet is a silent killer. I never heard of that. Lord knows I haven't. Smoking wet. I raised kids all my life. I'm the auntie that all the kids come over my house to stay. Oh, wow. That's awesome. I always loved kids too. I used to always keep all my cousins' kids until I started having kids. I always wanted to have like 6 kids. I always wanted 3 boys and 3 girls because I love kids. I do. I really do. I love kids. Cypress, ain't nobody got no sherm for you in here. Ain't nobody got no sherm for you, Cypress now. And we're gonna rebuke that demon of drugs too. But at least you out in the open with it. But my chat don't do sherm. But that demon of drugs that is over your life, you know what? All you have to do, Cypress, is have a made up mind. If you have a made up mind and decide that you're gonna do what is necessary to get off drugs, it can happen. But you got to make your mind up. Okay? If you need to go to a rehab, do that. thought you asked if somebody in here was selling Sherm. Don't nobody in here sell no Sherm. I know one of MC Hammer's old rap songs, Soft and Wet. That's right, Cypress. Just say no. Just say no. That's right, Demo Publican. I know I'm drug free. I'm proud to be drug free. Yeah, make sure y'all hit that like, share, and subscribe. Ain't no shame in being drug free. That's right. No, I wasn't asking for no damn Sherm. I was trying to see what smoking wet was. Oh, okay. I thought you was trying to see if somebody was selling it. I was ready to say, Lord, he tweaking to get on here asking. Cypress say he drug free. Oh, sorry. I was ready to start preaching to you, Cypress. I was gonna start preaching and letting you know to, talk about living a drug-free life and give it to God and go to rehab and just say no and you could do it. I was getting ready to give you support. I'm going on vacation this week, and why my job still have me on the schedule. I ain't gonna be there in my David Ruffin voice. I know that's right. I'm gonna tell y'all what I've been thinking about doing. I want to go to Florida on the beach, but my friends down in New Orleans was like, "Why don't you come and stay with us? Hang out with us." I'm thinking about doing that. I'm gonna tell y'all. Normally, like it's just so much easier to fly. But I'm gonna tell y'all, the last time I went to New Orleans, I was like, I had never ridden a train, and somebody was like, told me, "Why don't you try getting on the train because it's very therapeutic." And it was scary sometimes going over that track when that train was wobbling, but I had actually gotten my own cart where I was in a cart by myself, and then I took a train to New Orleans, and I'm telling y'all, it was just like they said. It was so therapeutic. My phone was telling me as we went through like those little cities that they were building up at the time in Mississippi, further south in Mississippi. I'm thinking about doing that again. I think that would be therapeutic. I'm telling you, they better PTO. Yeah, Destin, Florida. That was on my list too. I was like, I want to go to somewhere and go to Florida on a beach. Yep, the Amtrak. I thought that taking the train it would have been well, not as fast as a plane, but I thought we would have gotten there faster. But it took about 7 hours to get to New Orleans. Um, oh, that sounds good, Colorado Springs. Oh wow. I bet it's so beautiful. I've never been there. I remember my daughter took a trip to Colorado Springs. She took a trip. One of the first trips that she took with her boyfriend, she was like 21. I'm talking about the oldest one. And I kid you not, like she didn't even tell me until she got there because she know how I am. And then she called me and she was like, well, mama, you know how you act. I said, you in Colorado? And I mean, I just could not believe, like, y'all have to understand how close me and my daughters were. I was crying. I can't believe it. And so then, oh Lord, that was just when my girls started to they've always been very independent, but like when they started leaving home, it was very hard for me because everything I ever did was it was centered around my kids. Hey Kimberly, I rode a travel bus from Missouri to New York and it was evening when we got there. Oh wow. I would love to go back to I love New York. I love New York so much. But it has to be warm when I go because I don't like it when it's cold. That's one city I ain't been to since I've been grown. Definitely going this year. Which city is that? Daryl. What's the best place to visit city wise in New York? Um, I guess Manhattan. I guess Manhattan really was supposed to be upscalish, but it's really not. In if you ask me, like that anymore. Oh, New Orleans. Yeah. Like I said, she keeps saying, "Why don't you come to New Orleans?" I think I'm gonna go. Well, not think. I know I am because I think Mardi Gras. I think they're gonna have Mardi Gras in coming up. Times. Oh yeah, I love Times Square. I love Times Square. I'm gonna tell y'all the lights are so bright in New York. Like we would be out late over in the night, and we would be sitting at a pizza parlor, like eating pizza and all of that, and we'll go, well, we need to go back to the room. It's getting late. And then we look at our phones and it was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Like the lights are so bright, like you forget the time. Yeah, go to Harlem. That's where the Apollo Theater is, down in Harlem. Um, it's a lot of stuff down there in Harlem. Y'all, please hit the like button. We need like y'all. I need like 10 more likes. Y'all hit the like button. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the subscription button. If you haven't hit the subscription button. Come on, y'all. I need like 10 more likes. If you haven't subscribed, sign in and subscribe. I heard that Alaska is beautiful. Okay, you guys. I can't keep my eyes open. That's the thing about drinking wine. I get so lax, and then before I know it, I'm sleepy. I can't keep my eyes open. But I am going to do a live tomorrow. Uh, I'll do a live tomorrow. The Statue of Liberty, which is demonic symbol made by the Freemasons and for them. Okay, you guys. I enjoyed being on here with you guys tonight. Make sure y'all go look at that interview I did with Gangsta Pat. Like, share, and subscribe. Share that video, that interview I did with Patrick. Share it. Like it, subscribe to the video. If you all would like to support the channel, you can support the channel via Cash App or Super Chat. I'm doing a live tomorrow, you guys. I love you guys. Good night. I'll talk to you later.